From the look of things, a lot of you are trying to find a new page-turner to bring along on your next vacation, because BuzzFeed compiled a list of 16 books to read before they hit theaters this year, and it got 1 million views in 8 hours.
All right, well, here to reveal some of the best books and the big stars appearing in the film adaptations is BuzzFeed reporter Ryan Broderick.
Hey, Ryan,
good morning.
Thanks for having me.
Good. Well, let's start off with this one. I've already seen the previews. Monuments Men. Here's the book, and you see all of these leading men in the film, including Matt Damon, George Clooney, many, many others. So it's going to be a big hit.
I'm super excited about this one. It's kind of a rare thing that you find a true story that no one's heard anything about.
Yeah.
It's based on a real team of military specialists that went through war-torn Europe and stole back art from the Nazis. And it's being adapted almost entirely by George Clooney. He's got a hand in every part of it. He's directing, producing, screenwriting, starring, but it's also got a great ensemble cast. Bill Murray, John Goodman. I'll watch pretty much anything they're in. Matt Damon's always great. So it should be pretty exciting to see a heist and a war movie, you know, slammed together.
That's a great book. Robert Edsel, if you had a chance to read that, that's a great one. Another book, The Giver, came out more than 20 years ago, 1993, kind of an adult dystopian novel, now getting its turn on screen.
Yeah, it's almost, the way to think about it is The Hunger Games before The Hunger Games. It was a young adult dystopian future. It follows a 12-year-old named Jonas who finds out that his utopian society isn't as perfect as he thought it was. Being adapted, starring Jeff Bridges as the Giver himself, and it also stars Taylor Swift in her second on-screen role, and also Meryl Streep.
So the two together, that's an interesting combination.
Should be interesting, yeah. I'm excited to see what Taylor Swift can do, because she's only ever been in Valentine's Day before this, so it should be kind of odd.
All right, well, next up is Dark Places. Now, this is actually the book before, this is by Gillian Flynn, who wrote Gone Girl. And it's a very dark book. I've read this book, but it's being adapted as well as Gone Girl is being adapted into film.
Yeah, oddly enough, it's coming out before Gone Girl, and it was written before Gone Girl. Right. Basic idea is a very, very violent event happens in the past, and a woman tries to unravel what actually happened and who actually killed her family. But it should be pretty interesting. It stars Charlize Theron, who is known for her pretty dark work. And because of flashbacks, Christina Hendricks will actually be playing her mother. So it should be pretty neat to see.
This book, Wild, was a big bestseller, a memoir about a young woman who hikes the trail out in the Pacific coast, and Reese Witherspoon has taken on that role.
That's right. And Oprah loved this book. It restarted her book club. It was a huge bestseller. Follows Cheryl Strayed. She pretty much hit rock bottom in her early 20s, divorced, lost her mom, and then decided to hike over 1,000 miles to pull her life back together.
Ryan Broderick,
Serena, too,
so
another good one to check out. Ryan, thanks.
Back in a moment. This is Today on NBC.